Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. I want to thank you guys very much for sharing, liking my videos, and subscribing. Thank you guys very much. I want to wish you guys a happy St. Patty's Day. For those of you who, celebrated, for those of you who just like to get drunk and turn up, do you? So anyways, let's get into this reading. This is going to be for Aries for the month of March 2017. It's a generalized reading for private messages. For private readings, definitely message me and we'll communicate like that. So let's get into this. For Aries, what is your message for Aries? Okay, let's get right into your reading, Aries. Oh, okay, sorry. I don't do reversals. I do intuitive readings. Uh, so whatever. Okay. I never do reversals, never, because I'm an intuitive reader and my spirit guides and uh, the entity I invoke when I do readings, I rarely need to do reversals. I never do actually do reversals because they tell me if it's in the upright position or in the, but for some reason they're coming out in reverse and I'm turning it and it's upright. So we're going to go with this reading just the way it is. Okay. Now, this is weird, um, but obviously they're wanting me to do it this way, so let's just proceed. Okay, so you, Aries, you guys have two new beginnings coming up for you guys. You have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Now, the Ace of Cups is in reverse, as you can see. Of Wands was coming up in reverse, but for some reason I turned it up, and then I seen the rest, or I turned it upright, and the rest kept falling in reverse. So I'm sensing like it was meant for me to turn it upright. So let's just proceed with this. Now the Ace of Wands is definitely your sign, obviously, not necessarily your sign, but your energy, because you guys are a fire sign, and this is the Ace of Wands. Now with the Ace of Wands, there's definitely a new beginning when it comes to work or when it comes to passion and love. Now, perhaps you're meeting a new person that's coming into your life. You have yet to meet this person because it is an ace. Now, for those of it is a general reading, so there may be someone that you've already met that, again, it's someone that you're pursuing or that you're genuinely interested in. This is not for those of you who are in a relationship, specifically talking about those of you who are single. Now, you do have the card that follows you or that's crossing you is the Page of Pentacles. Now, the Page of Pentacles, it was in the reverse position. So this is talking about an earth sign that perhaps you see, perhaps it can be that earth sign that you're interested in or that you're genuinely interested in. To me, the pages symbolize like very young people or the innocence of a friendship. So this can also represent a person with an earth sign, sorry, which would be a Capricorn, a Taurus, or a Virgo that perhaps you are romantically interested in, but there's something about them that you see as innocent. Either because it is coming up in the reverse position, it can represent them being, usually pages are immature. So in the reverse position, to me, it's talking about someone that is not immature, but that you or they may have some qualities that you see not fit for maturity. An example, it can be like a guy that is of your age or near your age, but still doesn't have kids to comparison of you that you have kids. You may find that like they're still innocent in that sense. They still don't have that type of experience that you would have with kids. Now, also, it can symbolize a person that is usually earth signs are slow and steady, uh, emotionally stable. But because it's coming up as a page, it can also represent a person that is not emotionally available for you. And like I said, it's an earth sign. So this can mean you have not met this person yet, and this person will come into your life. Again, like I said, you may grow attached to them or interested in them, but they are at the present time not emotionally available to you. Now, for those of you who are in a serious monogamous relationship, this can symbolize your partner, and doesn't have to mean that they're an earth sign. It can represent that that's the energies that they're taking on for the month of March, which would be someone a little bit more childish, a little bit more there's going to be some type of innocence towards this relationship for the month of March. Um, like if you guys don't text, or if you guys been married for a while and you guys kind of stop the texting or whatever, uh, they're going to start reaching out to you and doing things that perhaps in the beginning of the relationship they would do, where now you guys are kind of like, and then all of a sudden throughout the month of March, uh, they go back to that innocence or that beginning stage of the relationship. Okay, so that's definitely a good thing. Now the card that's at the bottom where you're unaware, you have the what is this? The King of Pentacles, and it's in the reverse position. Again, it's talking about an Earth sign. Now I can almost guarantee, for those of you who are not in a relationship, you are definitely interested in an Earth sign. Doesn't have to be their sun sign. It can be their moon or rising as well, and it's an Earth sign. But again, this is in a subconscious level which you are not aware of at the present time, and perhaps you're not aware that this person, because it's in reverse, usually the Earth sign or usually the King of Pentacles is someone that is very hardworking, very focused very much into growth and advancement. But because it's coming up in the reverse position, this can talk about someone that feels self entitled, or someone that perhaps was, you know, nurtured and grown in a household of abundance where they feel like almost selfish and uh, kind of just the type of energy that you would, like I said, feel self entitlement. Um, and again, this is on a subconscious level, so this can also represent you. It is a general reading. So perhaps if you're having issues when it comes to your love life, because I feel like this is a love reading. For those of you who are in a monogamous relationship, perhaps you feel like you guys are not just like really meeting or understanding each other. And again, going back to the page, there's going to be a new refreshing energy coming in. Now, with the King of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, it's definitely both coming up in reverse. So perhaps both of you guys are being a little bit selfish when it comes to your love life. Whether it's like you guys having arguments and or petty arguments, I should say, and you guys are not really wanting to except when one is at fault, kind of like finger pointing each other. These two cards are in reverse. Finger pointing at each other, kind of putting the blame on one another. And that's definitely not a good thing. I mean, that's definitely just being not being compassionate, not truly genuinely wanting to understand the conflict. But instead, what you guys are doing is reflecting each other, that type of energy, like ping pong, basically, when it comes to communication. Now, I do mention you have two aces, so there's definitely new beginnings and more than likely new beginnings in the love sector. Okay. Now, you have the Nine of Pentacles in the past and passing position, and it's in the reverse. So perhaps you guys have been struggling money wise, Aries. And all of that is about to change. At the present position, you have the Ace of Wands, again, talking about work wise and new beginnings. So again, like I said, if in the past position you guys have been struggling a little bit when it comes to money and finances, in the present position you have the Ace, so there's new blessings coming your way. Now the card that is in the near future is the Four of Wands, but it's in the reverse position. So again, it's making a choice something that has to do with your love life, and also that is going to affect your family dynamic. Um, so it can also be for those of you who are dating but are not married. It can mean someone from the family doesn't really get along with the partner that you're with, or it can also represent that they're far, like your partner and you are not so close to where your family is at or where they reside in, and perhaps taking it to the next level. It's becoming kind of not an issue, but something that your family is not looking forward to because they kind of feel like they're pushing you away from that family dynamic again, like I said. Now, the card that's symbolizing you is your card, but it's the Queen of Wands. So it's definitely in the upright position. So you guys are definitely, the advice here is continue on pushing them and pushing and going forward with the plans that you have, whether it's, again, like I said, moving away from the family, or whether it's taking a gamble in love, whatever it may be at the present time. You are in your right. You are in a good karma cycle. Going back to those surrounding you, you have the temperance. So, again, it's talking about some type of balancing or some type of need for balance, whether it's with you or whether it's with your partner. I don't feel like it's you because you're coming up in the upright position, so it can very well represent your partner. Again, the partner that you're with can also represent their sun, moon, or rising, which would be an Aries, a Leo, an Aries like yourself, a Leo, or a Sagittarius, but also it can represent a water sign because the Ace of Cups is crowning your reading, and the Cups is would be a water sign, which would be a Scorpio, a Cancer, or a Pisces. Okay. Now, the card that is coming up for your hopes and dreams is the Four of Pentacles. Perhaps you're not wanting to feel, or you're desiring not to be put in a situation where you feel like you have to balance either your emotions when it comes to your love life, or perhaps there's a need inside of you that is wanting to bring the walls down and actually trust and actually give love basically a try. Or again, it is a general reading. It can represent either love, your love sector, or it can also be talking about money with. So perhaps you just wish or want or desire not to be put in a situation where you literally feel like you're counting your money. You're kind of tired or growing tired of that. Now, with your final outcome card, you have the Hanged Man, and the Hanged Man talks to me about uh, some type of sacrifice, whether it's sacrifice when it comes to your time, putting those extra hours at work, or that sacrifice when it comes to relationships. Perhaps you're the one that usually gives into the relationship. For the month of for the month of March, um, it's definitely a necessity for you not to be self-sacrificing yourself. Do not do if others are not doing what you're expecting them to do not give in return. Do not do or self-sacrifice yourself, your space, your money, whatever it may be. Um, Relationships is it's about finding common ground when it comes to partnerships. And if you feel like you're the one that usually is put in a situation where you're the one that has to give and give, then you're in the wrong fucking relationship, honestly. Do not allow anyone to take advantage of you or to take advantage of your good and kind heart. Or again, it is a general reading. Perhaps you are the one that's being an asshole. And at this present time, with the Hanged Man, it's talking about taking time out to analyze the situation. Do not give, do not take if you're not willing to give, okay? And again, it was talking about a clear cycle because you're upright. So perhaps it's necessary for you to keep in mind that if you continue on the path, if it is you who's taking advantage of the situation, um, just understand and know that what goes around comes around, and it's very quickly to come back to you. Okay? So I hope you guys listen, Aries, and I hope this resonated to some of you guys. Please let me know. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the private messages, the love you guys give me, the support. I appreciate it very much. And we will see from each other soon. Okay? Blessings.